Welcome back. Oh, I'm excited. It's one of those days where I wake up and go, oh, God, I'm glad I have a show because I'm excited to tell you something. So it's been more than 40 years since movie fans were first introduced to Indiana Jones back in the 80s with Raiders of the Lost Ark. And in honor of the new movie, I wanted to take a look back, because it's, Throwback Thursday, at my favorite movie from the franchise, which isn't everybody's favorite. It's our Throwback Thursday.
Shorty! Chao Chi! Latsu Sansa!
Hello, lady, we going for a ride.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Is he nuts?
You know nuts. He's crazy.
More!
That is the first sequel to Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, featuring Short Round, that's right, future Oscar winner Ke-Huy Quan. It's my favorite. I know it's not everybody's favorite, but I think it's because I saw it at just the right age, and it is really good. Okay, so why am I showing you that? Well, last night I got a chance to see the fifth movie in the franchise, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Harrison Ford is back under the fedora. Take a look.
How did you end up like this?
I mean, resourceful, daring, beautiful, self-sufficient!
One of the great action set pieces. I'm going to bottom line it for you, as I always try to do right off the top. Forget the critics that said it's boring, it's terrible. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And though I have I do have a connection to because it's again, I grew up in the 80s, so I love the franchise. I was ready to call balls and strikes like ball. I was ready to tell you the truth if I didn't like it. I would have been disappointed, but luckily I don't have to tell you that today. I honestly don't know what the beef is. The reviews coming out of Cannes that it was tepid. Some reviews were just bad. I don't get it, because here's some of the positives. First, let's talk about Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is a great version of Indy. They don't run away from the fact that he's in his 70s. They acknowledge it, which helps the buy-in. He jokes that he's had, fake knees, and he's been shot at 5 times, and he's not as young as he used to be. He's fantastic. You're looking at a scene right there at the top of the movie. Here's another positive, the de-aging. The first sequence of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny features a de-aged Harrison Ford. Again, some of the shishi-poo-poo critics have had a problem with this. Sit down. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's fantastic. Now look, in 5-7 years, are we, when the technology advances, are we going to look back and go, okay, he's a little rubbery? Perhaps. But for this movie, he looks fantastic. Another positive. Another positive is action sequence after action sequence after action sequence. And again, because I'm trying to counter all the negative reviews, people have said, oh, it's so fantastical, it's so unbelievable. The New York Times called it silly. It's supposed to be silly! It's supposed to be silly! What do you want? It's an Indiana Jones movie. Nobody can do those things but Indiana Jones. That's why you go to the movies. That's why you go to the movies, to have a good time. It's supposed to be outrageous. The other criticism was that the ending was fantastical and crazy. Have you seen Raiders of the Lost Ark? The end of the movie, the Nazis are melted by beams of light.
Ching.
And there is an ending twist that you go, oh, well, that's interesting, but it fits with the movie. And then then it comes at you at the very end with an emotional punch that I did tear up. Any fan of the franchise, you'll go like this. Like that. It's a nice chef's kiss. And then my final thing is Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Another thing that critics have been is that she's taking over the movie, or Indiana Jones is second to her character. Sit down. Sit down. She's great. You know why? Because her character is gray. Her character is interesting. Is she good? Is she bad? Is she changing? How much does she really love Indy? She's fascinating. All of this that I just said adds up to a movie that you should go to the theater to see if you want a fun summer night with a $57 bucket of popcorn and a $30 Diet Coke. It's fantastic. It's a little long. That's one of my negatives. They could have trimmed 15 minutes from it. And it drags a little bit in certain parts, but that's minimal. Overall, bravo. Bravo. Yeah.
You didn't give it a letter.
What?
You didn't give it a letter. You always
If I'm going to give it a letter grade, it is a fun A-.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty good for him.
It really is. Because this isn't cinema. It's a movie. It's a movie. It's fun. Colin, who's a tougher judge than me and has no connection, loved it, I think, even more than I did. And I was nervous, you know?
Right.
Anyway.